And we welcome you live to Beaver Stadium for the Unrivaled Postgame show as Penn State goes 1-0 this week, improves to 8-2 on the 2022 season with a 30-0 shutout over the Maryland Terrapins. Great to be with you once again here live from Beaver Stadium. Brian Tripp as Penn State defeats Maryland 30-0 here on what was a sloppy day. The fans really stuck it out, made a big difference, and the Penn State defense pitches a shutout. And we're joined by freshman linebacker Abdul Carter here postgame. And Abdul, I know the freshman class has made a very strong impact on this team so far this season. How would you describe your development over the course of the year?
I just think we just take it day by day, just getting better every day, focusing on the next game or the next play. It's not looking too far in the future, just taking it day by day, staying in the moment.
You've been able to get after the quarterback and create plays in the backfield. What are you reading as a linebacker in those situations so you can come up and make a play on the other side of the line of scrimmage?
Some plays just don't block me, which I don't understand, so I'm just running back there free. But just knowing my job is.
How would you describe the group you have right there? It's a group that has some veteran presence. I know you really speak highly of Jonathan Sutherland, but also some of the younger guys that have made plays like Kobe King as well.
Coming into the season, we was looked at as a weakness of the group. So I think so far this year we've proven everybody wrong, and we've just shown we wanted the strength of this group.
What's been important about getting into the backfield and then playing complementary football, because you're getting Maryland to go 3 and out. That sets up your offense then with terrific field position. So how has the defense been really impactful in that and helping your offense out as well?
Just being dominant on the other side of the ball, pushing the other team back, being physical, just getting in the backfield, making plays.
We did a conversation like this after the Auburn game down there. It was a little warmer that day, a little drier that day, but you were starting to make impact plays out there on the field. Where do you feel like your game is at right now?
I think I got a lot to improve on. I think I'm just scratching the surface of what I could be. Just going to keep taking it day by day and keep getting better and better.
What do you learn on a day-to-day basis from Coach Diaz?
Almost everything. How to read defenses, like formation sets, like how to understand offense, I would say mainly. That's what we've been teaching the most.
I saw, when the team started to rotate different guys in there at the end, everyone was still up on the sideline trying to pitch that shutout. How important was it to put up a goose egg for the other teams today against a really good Maryland offense?
Yeah, we came in at halftime, Coach Diaz, he gave it a powerful speech, making sure we didn't get comfortable. And he wanted to dominate this team, so we came out and we had a shutout. When
you look at your defense, how did you set the tone from the opening kickoff today?
Getting that first 3 and out. Once we got that first 3 and out, we just kept building and building and building. That's what it turned out.
I know Coach Franklin has emphasized fast starts with your team as well.
Mm-hmm.
What's important to get off to a fast start in a football game like this?
What we did, coming on kickoff, putting them inside the 10 and getting the 3 and out. And the offense going downfield and scoring on the first drive, so that's good.
How much fun is it to watch those freshman running backs, part of your freshman class over there on the sideline?
It's great. I go up against them every day in practice, just calling them out so I can get best on best. And they're going to be great for us for a long time.
How important is it now to keep this momentum going into next week?
Really important. We just got to finish strong, take it game by game, keep being 1-0, and finish the season out strong.
Abdul, congrats on a great win today. Thank you so much. Abdul Carter, Penn State linebacker, with us here postgame as the Nittany Lions defeat Maryland by a 30-0 final score. He's looking down to the box score. He had 7 tackles, leading Penn State today. Abdul, go get changed. Get on out of here. Congratulations. Abdul Carter with us here as Penn State defeats Maryland by a 30-0 final score here this afternoon at Beaver Stadium into this evening. Man, the fans made an impact again here today as they stuck it out with the tough conditions. And Penn State was very clean with the football. Only 1 turnover today. A great work up and down. You look at some of the numbers in this game. Penn State gains 413 total yards on offense, 249 of those on the ground, 164 passing yards today, and holds a very talented Maryland team to just 134 total yards, 74 passing, 60 rushing yards. A really good performance by that Penn State defense led by Abdul Carter. 7 sacks, 9 tackles for loss. As we just discussed, being able to get into the backfield was so crucial for that linebacker group and that defensive line. Chop Robinson, Adisa Isaac were excellent as defensive ends. PJ Mustafer up the middle with Devon Ellies. That group played really well. Hakeem Beeman in the backfield. The list goes on and on. You just start mentioning every single player on that Penn State defense, as this is a true team effort again here today. Fans, if you're watching our Unrivaled postgame show, let us know where you're watching from today. Leave your comments. If you have any questions, we'll try to get to your questions as well. But let us know where you're watching from as Penn State defeats Maryland by a 30-0 final score. We'll be joined here in just a second by head coach James Franklin. Then running back Nick Singleton is going to join us on our set as well. We just heard from linebacker Abdul Carter as the Penn State defense pitches a shutout 30-0 the final score here today. Penn State will be at Rutgers next week, then back home here to wrap up the regular season against Michigan State. But head coach James Franklin will be with us here in just a moment. He's greeting some family and friends right now. He's making his way over to our set, and then we'll be joined by Nick Singleton. We'll take a look back at some of those touchdowns from today's game as Penn State head coach James Franklin makes his way to the set. We'll hold up on those touchdowns. Head coach James Franklin is with us now. And Coach, I'm going to ask you the same thing I asked you at halftime. You always emphasize getting off to fast starts. What did you like about the start in particular today?
Yeah, we kicked them deep. I think we pinned them inside the 10-yard line, and then our defense had a 3-and-out. And then our offense went down and scored. So obviously all three areas really factored into us starting fast. I think we scored again on the second drive. And our defense played shutout football, the entire game. Really, they were suffocating against the pass, against the run. We were able to pressure the quarterback, sacks, tackles for loss. You can script a better, game defensively.
And that's a very talented offense with a lot of playmakers. What did you emphasize defensively coming into the week to pick up right where you left off last week against Indiana?
Well, we got a lot of confidence in our DBs. We didn't have Joey Porter today, and we didn't phase us. We kept playing our man coverage like we do. We load the box up, we move the front, and we're disruptive. I think we have 13 different players with sacks right now, which is awesome. A lot of guys able to contribute, and also tackles for loss. That back I got a lot of respect for, and they weren't able to get going today.
Adisa Isaac and Chop Robinson both off the end had a very productive game. What do you like about that tandem and their ability to get in the backfield?
Well, they're both athletic guys. They're twitchy. They can play with power. They can beat people on the edge with their hands and their quickness. They set things up extremely well. And they're not doing that and giving up, the run by doing it. Some guys are all about pass rush, and then they don't play the run the way they're capable. Those guys are complete defensive ends and playing at a really high level right now.
What do you like about the effectiveness of that T formation for your offense as Nick on a couple of 4th and 1 sprung for long touchdowns today?
Yeah, that's been really good to us, really the last 2 years. We've grown the package a little bit. It's hard because now defensively you got to line up and defend the sneak. If you don't, we have the ability to sneak it. If you don't load up in the middle to stop the sneak, then we can run it on either edge. And then obviously we got some things off of it as well. We've shown some of those things. So, it's been a really good package to us, and I'm really pleased with how we've been able to handle short yardage this year.
And I know you're pleased as well with the production of your offensive line. Drew Shelton gets another start today. What do you like about that group and how they're playing? And again, continuing momentum from last week, the same thing.
Yeah, they're playing great. Phil is doing a good job with them. They are growing up and being sticking together and having each other's back, and our chemistry is really good at that position right now, even when we have moving parts. So, it's a credit to them. I wish we had a little bit more depth right now, which we don't. We kept Juice in the game, and Hunter in the game longer than I would like to, but overall, those guys have done a great job all year.
We can't go any further without talking about Jake Pinniger. Tough conditions last week with the wind, rain today, and he continues to bang in long field goals, and that's a really important aspect of your team.
Yeah, I'm very proud of him. He's been here. He's done it the right way. He was the starter, then wasn't the starter, and now is the starter again, and playing really well to make those consistent field goals the way he is, to be able to hit 50-yarders. He's been phenomenal. And then kickoff, the opening kickoff of the game, too. He's been great.
And the last thing for you, you're always looking for growth week to week. In these conditions, your team was able to take care of the football for the most part, too. That's also something you emphasize.
Yeah, we really, until the end of the game, when we were pretty far down the depth chart, we protected the ball all night long. So that's a real positive. We got to build on that.
Coach, appreciate it. Congrats.
Thank you so much.
Head coach James Franklin with us here postgame as the Nittany Lions defense pitches a shutout, 30-0 the final score. As head coach James Franklin's going to walk over, he's going to talk to Nick Singleton, who's going to join us here in a moment. Look at that great shot. Singleton had the big day today on offense as coach goes in to his press conference, and we'll let Nicholas hop on in here. 11 carries, 122 yards, and a couple of touchdowns, averaging 11.1 yards per carry. And the first thing you want to do is compliment the big men up front. What kind of job did they do for you today?
Oh, they've been doing a great job this whole season, not just today. So they've been doing good. Our tight ends, receivers blocking, coaches making the right calls. So it's always a team effort.
What are you looking for when you're in that T formation? Without giving anything away, we just talked to coach. You're able to break 2 long ones on 4th and 1. So not only are you aggressive and going for it, but then you're able to hit the home run for the touchdown.
Like I said, lineman, it starts with the lineman. Brenton made a big block. So K-Tron, once I saw the hole, I just ran, man.
Well, this week was your week. I know you and K-Tron have a great relationship back there in the backfield. How do you feel like you two complement each other?
We kind of play a lot, like really well. It's not just K-Tron, it's Kevon, Tank,
It's
Tyler.
fun to watch Kevon or Tank get in at the end and Tyler get in at the end. I know that's fun for you guys.
Oh, yeah, for sure. We just try to do that every time. Score a lot, then put them in the game because they be bust their ass, their butt every time.
When you look at the way that you're performing out there on the field, where do you feel like you're growing week to week as a freshman?
Being more patient out the backfield, especially our line making the blocks, because the first beginning I just saw a hole, just ran. So I just be more patient, make the right cuts.
Mm-hmm. What's the toughest thing as a freshman adapting to the college game? What are some of the things that you're learning as the year goes?
Just a different ball game for real. Like it's different from high school now, so everybody's more tougher, more stronger. Everybody's better, so just trying to be that.
How important is Sean's role there as the quarterback to make sure the team's getting into the right play, making sure the blocking assignments are right, and helping you younger guys out that are out there on the field?
Oh yeah, Sean's been a big role. He always helped me out, especially K-Tron too. Just helps the whole team out.
How much fun is it to play here at Beaver Stadium in front of these fans, even on a day like this?
No, it is fun. Every game, like not just Beaver Stadium, just playing in college, man. It's just amazing.
And in these tough conditions today, I know ball security was emphasized from the opening kickoff. How important was it to take care of that football?
That was very important. You didn't want to turn over. So Coach Side had been preaching, hold the ball tight. If someone's on you, just hold it 2 hands.
Nicholas, congrats on another great game. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Nicholas Singleton with us here post-game as the Nittany Lions defeat Maryland by a 30-0 final score here today at Beaver Stadium. Final score again, Penn State 30, Maryland nothing. The Nittany Lions improved to 8-2 on the season. You see the fans have emptied out now. They stuck around. There was tough conditions today. Temperatures were dropping, the rain, the wind. It was a sloppy day out there in the field. It didn't seem to bother Penn State. Again, their defense today, 7 sacks, 9 tackles for loss. The offense goes for 413 yards, and an excellent Maryland offense led by Talia Tungavailoa and their great receiver core. Roman Embry's a really talented back, and Penn State holds them to just 134 total yards today. Penn State starts fast, a 27-0 score in the opening half, and then 30-0 the final score today. Let's take a look back at some of the highlights from today's game as we look at the touchdowns from this game. Penn State getting off to that fast start, complimentary football, and a great pass by Sean Clifford rolling out, dumping it down underneath. Brenton Strange has had a huge year for Penn State. He gets the touchdown there, one of 3 catches today for Strange, and Penn State with a 7-0 lead. Here's one of those 4th and run plays. We talked about T formation. Singleton bounces it to the outside. Off he goes, and Penn State opens up a 14-0 lead, and this is all in the first quarter, that time from 45 yards, and they find themselves in a similar situation again, 4th and 1 in the second quarter, and this time, guess who? It is Singleton following the blocks, and he complimented his tight ends, his offensive line. You saw everyone in there, even K-Tron Allen, then he does a great individual effort there, 21-0, Penn State with those 3 touchdowns today, and then Jake Pinniger kicks field goals of 50, 46, and 21 yards in tough conditions today as Penn State defeats Maryland by a 30-0 final score. Don't forget, fans, it's a great week of Penn State athletics here outside of Penn State football. The Penn State women's soccer team in the NCAA tournament. Weather should be good tomorrow, 1 o'clock at Jeffrey Field, an NCAA tournament match. If you're in Happy Valley or near Happy Valley, please come on out and support the Penn State women's soccer team. And as you come out to our games, again, please practice that Happy Valley hospitality. We take so much pride here at Penn State. Be respectful, be responsible, be great fans, be gracious hosts. Men's basketball underway, off to a great start. Women's basketball off to an undefeated start as well. And the Penn State men's hockey team will be home on Friday and Saturday, taking on Michigan State. It's the number 1 team in the conference standings right now, Michigan State, and the number 2 team in the conference standings right now, Penn State, fresh off back-to-back weekend upsets against the number 1 team in the land coming up Friday and Saturday. So a busy week of Penn State sports ahead. Outside of Penn State football, our Penn State football coverage will resume on Wednesday with the Unrivaled weekly preview show, which will come to you live from the Lash building. And then on Saturday, we'll be back with you on the radio side, of course, for coverage of the game and our Unrivaled postgame show from Rutgers as Penn State heads into the middle of November here at 8-2 on the year after a 30-0 shutout of Maryland today, back-to-back dominant performances by the Nittany Lions. Great job by Ross Rumer. I know he had this show set up for us. Appreciate it. Feel better, buddy. Appreciate your hard work as always. And Sean McDermott producing today's show. I'm Brian Tripp saying so long from Beaver Stadium. Thanks for tuning into the Unrivaled postgame show. Nittany Lions 30, Terrapins nothing, the final score. We'll talk to you Wednesday from Lash Building with our Unrivaled weekly preview show.